Bang bang! What's going on, guys? You're tuned to another edition of the main event on Talkin Hands. So as I'm your host, Preston, joined by my co-host, Mr. Danny Betts. We're going to break down this very intriguing, I believe it's going to be a very exciting fight between Leigh Wood and Josh Warrington. Before we get into that fight, we got to recap the weekend that was. Huge main event fight. Canelo Alvarez gets it done by decision, defeats Charlo, looked very good. And the undercard, basically a coin sweep for us, minus that robbery of a decision with Jesus Ramos. Danny, you can talk about whichever fight you'd want, undercard, Canelo.
Um,
Let the people know.
I'll just start from the beginning. Elijah Garcia looked amazing. I had him by decision. I thought he didn't have enough yet to take a hard on Mando Menezes, but he looked sharp, man. Hurt him multiple times. Got him out of there. That kid's for real. He's only 20. Like he's been saying he wants to be a champion when he gets to 21 and run there. So, shit, you make a performance like that, like I want to see what's next for him because like a performance like that on a big card like that, like real humble kid, Christian, super humble. It's like you wouldn't even think he was a fighter, bro. That's the crazy part. um, After that, it was the Ugas fight with Barrios. We were on money on that. Had him by
Yep.
decision. Barrios looked good. Ugas just looks, older, 38. Uh, Ass whooping by Spence. Like, Barrios got to his eye again.
Yeah.
Ugas's eye looked bad again. They were going to stop it, thinking about it. The doctor kept checking on him, but great performance by Barrios, man. He's hitting, I think in this, I don't think he's going to be at the top in his division, but he's hitting his stride, like prime-wise. I think this is the best, like, weight class for him. So
Yeah.
he'll do good. I want to see what's next for him. The Ramos fight, Lubin, I thought it was a robbery. I don't care what anybody says. I mean, a lot of people are saying the same thing, but Ramos like basically won the first 8 rounds in my opinion, or at least 7 out of 8. Pressuring him, good body work, switching it up, catching him here and there. And Lubin was using on his back foot, using his jab, kept going to the corner, kept going to the ropes, making that mistake. And then, like I was telling you backstage, like I heard the corner of Ramos saying, like, "Oh, after like the 8th round, he's like, wait, don't go for the knockout. You don't have to go for the knockout. Just take your time. I'll box him, whatever." And I'm like, no, like he's having crazy success, like pressuring him, body work. He could potentially get him out of there with all that body work, and that's exactly what he did. But even when he slowed down, pressure wise and things like that, he was still landing him. Like if you look at
Yeah.
the punch numbers, and you just see the fight itself, like he still won that fight clearly. Like there's no
Yeah.
way Lubin won 8 rounds. The scorecards were crazy. Like they had him winning by
Right.
like
Yeah. It was
four.
like 116, 117, I think 115. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like what? Um, I was really shocked, and Ramos being so humble, too humble. Like you could tell he was frustrated. He thought he won, but like he didn't really like. I would have been like outraged, bro. like he's super humble. He's always listening to his
Yeah.
corner. Me, I would not. I love when people listen to their corner and things like that. But if I think you're wrong, I'm the one out there. I'm sorry, but like I'm having success. I'm gonna go out there. It's a showcase fight for me in a co-main event on Canelo card, and you gotta tell me if he passive. Like,
Right.
yeah. So Canelo versus Charlo, great performance by Canelo. He looks like he's back, and I hate saying that by the way because Ryder at least was in there to fight. Charlo was in there to fucking survive.
Yeah. It kind of
Like,
had the when Canelo fought what's his face Chavez Jr. Kind of had that like going for it. Just pretty like a shit like get the big payday and
yeah,
call out Crawford. Like that's all I heard after the fight. Oh, I still want the Crawford fight. That's what Charlo was saying.
yeah,
Good luck, buddy. Good luck.
yeah. But we got the Canelo by decision. He looked good. He knocked him down. Whatever. You heard him a little bit. He took a knee. Charlo took a knee. Um, but yeah, he looked good. Like Canelo's, like you could hear the power in the punches again, even more. Like comparing it to the Ryder fight, and it's not like he didn't have power in that fight. He broke the dude's nose and whipped his ass. But you didn't tell me, bro. That was me. I said Canelo by decision. But shout out to Nate. We cashed on that shit. But like Canelo looked great. I mean, I see more of the movement. Remember, that was the one thing that I thought he was slowing down was moving around with his head movement and stuff. But at the same time, Charlo didn't throw a lot. It's not like you know what I mean. But still, just the eye test, Canelo looked great. Great, shape, great everything. All 12 rounds, he didn't look, tired or anything. So, yeah, great performance. I don't care what anybody says. They're Canelo haters.
Yeah, no, I mean, Canelo did the job. I thought kind of what we were saying, Barrios was probably the most, I won't say surprising, but he looked very good, did what he should have done, and it was a great win for him. Canelo already announced returning in Cinco de Mayo next year. I wonder who his opponent will be. There's a lot of good options out there, so we'll be curious to see. It'll definitely be 168. Probably won't be 175. We'll see who wants to fight him. And then Charlo wants Crawford. That fight will not happen. I can tell you that. Unless Crawford wants the fight, but it is that guy Marcavius Kuzar. Yeah,
You thought I forgot about you, bro. You said Charlo wins easy. Y'all stop.
Yeah.
I got receipts.
yeah, that was nuts. I felt like we had a lot of Charlo backers last week, and they're in the woodwork. What's going on, Von Polo and Nasty Nate? So now with that in the rear view, we can look forward to this main event. Very interesting, intriguing British battle. Josh Warrington comes back, fights Leigh Wood. Leigh Wood off a huge knockout win over Lara. Warrington needing a win, lost to Lopez, who I feel like we just saw him fight, a week ago, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, Joet Gonzalez, yeah.
Yeah, and Lopez, he's been looking good. Very, very interesting fight here. Current odds at our favorite book, mybookie.ag, promo code PUBSPORTS, have Leigh Wood as the favorite. Leigh Wood is currently minus 275. Josh Warrington, plus 180, plus 200. Mybookie.ag, promo code PUBSPORTS, 50% deposit bonus match. Credit or debit, 100% Bitcoin. Use the Bitcoin up to $1,000. Danny, thoughts on this British affair? You think Leigh Wood gets the knockout as the odds makers are sort of projecting, or can Josh Warrington turn back the clock and get back to his winning ways?
Love how you ended that, because that's gonna be one of my reasonings later on. Yeah, this is gonna be like a little underrated fight in my opinion. For the belt. Leigh Wood got that rematch against Mauricio Lara, beat him in the second fight. He got knocked out badly in the first fight. They threw in the towel. Lara, Mexican bull, is gonna go in there and try to knock your head off. But attention to details. The second fight, Mauricio Lara looked horrible in the weigh-ins. He missed weight. He had to drop the belt, so the only person that could win it was Leigh Wood. It looked like he didn't really take that fight serious, at all. And then when he got in the ring, it looked like it. He looked sloppy. And one thing a lot of us know about Lara, his body's his weakness. So Leigh Wood did a good, he had a good game plan. Take his time, use the jab, outbox him early. He kept using the jab to attack the body too. It was a good performance. I mean, but Lara looked so bad in that second fight. That definitely wasn't Lara, the Lara I'm used to seeing. So I think Leigh Wood got kind of lucky there. But not taking the performance away. He had a good game plan, like I said, and he got the victory in this fight. Josh Warrington, which is crazy to me. He's fighting for a title, and his last 4 fights is loss, draw, win, loss.
Yeah.
And he lost to Mauricio Lara by knockout in that fight, the first one. Second one, it was a decision because of the headbutt. And then he fought Kiko Martinez for the second time, and he beat him by knockout in round 7. And then he fought Luis Alberto Lopez in a majority decision, which I had money on Lopez. I think it was even money, basically a pick 'em. And I got nervous, man, because Alberto was winning that fight in the first half. And the thing with Warrington, look, okay, this is gonna be the fan of me of boxing. I can't stand Josh Warrington. Like, I think he's a dirty ass fighter.
Yeah.
This is why you see all these headbutts. He's always doing with his head. You'll see him like kind of hit, elbows and shit. If you got you in the clinch, he'll hit you in the back of the head, things like that. He was doing that to Lopez, but that's just how he fights. And he took too long to fight that fight in the Lopez fight. And he made a comeback like the second half. Like, he started fighting dirty as hell, grabbing, throwing a lot of punches. He was making it like a gritty fight, to the point that it was a majority decision. You know what I mean? So, in this fight, style-wise, this is a totally different fight compared. And we know Lopez is legit. Like, he just beat Joey Gonzalez. This kid's he knocked out Conlon in the like crazy knockout.
Yeah.
So he's legit. Losing to him, majority decision. And I like how you said, oh, if Warrington still has it, which is crazy to me because he's the younger guy in this fight. Like, Wood is 35.
Yeah.
Warrington's what, 32, 33? But Warrington, he's just a grinded guy, high volume, high guard, is going to get in there and slug it out, picks his spot, nice hooks. Next hooks to the body. Decent jab. I think he needs to use it a little bit more to get inside. These guys are identical as hell when it comes to height and reach. Literally the same. I think 5'7", 68 or something like that. I think this is a bad matchup for Wood. I'm going with the dog in this spot. I know it sounds crazy because, the last 4 fights, but look who he's fighting. Laura, and I know boxing math, if you want to say, Warrington lost to Laura and Wood beat him the second time, Laura. So, Wood's going to knock him out. Me, style makes fights. That's a big, I believe in that, like 100%. Lopez style is so hard to, like, train for. It's like it's like Navarrete. Like you got different angles, throwing crazy, like things you're not even supposed to do in boxing. He does it and he has success. That's why it took him so long to calculate and then get his game plan going. Wood is not like that at all. He's traditional. Like, I'm gonna try to use my jab, pick my spots here and there. I think Warrington's the more athletic guy. He likes to explode with his lead hand, which I like because he's orthodox. And one thing I noticed, Wood is chinny. Like, he's been hurt in a bunch of his fights. Been knocked out twice. Got dropped by Conlon, which Conlon can knock out a fly. Knocked down in the first round. Even though, and I had a bet 7-12 with Wood. I got lucky. He got that crazy. That fight was crazy. He got that crazy knockout out of the ring on Conlon in the last round. But he was losing that fight. If it went to the scorecards, he would have lost.
Yeah.
I gotta take Warrington here. I think he's gonna make it a dog fight and give me the dog money plus 200. I got a 215 on FanDuel. It's still 200s out there if you want to, take that route. I think this line is crazy off. Around 7-12 plus 1100 plus 1200 for knockout. That shit is crazy. I think he can make it a dog fight to the point that he gets him out of here. And the left hook catches Wood all the time. Laura caught him with it. Conlon caught him with it. Even though he was a southpaw, he gets caught everybody. Everybody catches him. I forgot what some other dude a long time ago knocked him out with it. Like, every time. And one thing that Warrington's good at is doing that little leap. Like, that's why he gets headbutts a lot. But if that left connects, I'm telling you, man, plus 1200 late in this fight, making it gritty. But he has to start early. He can't, and I don't think he's going to do that because it's not Lopez. You don't have to wait, try to get your timing. I think the line's off. This is a 50-50 fight, in my opinion. They're both from the same town. Like, there's no home cooking in this one. My personal opinion, they want Warrington to win. That's my personal opinion. I got to go with the dog here. And I might put like 2-3 units on it, man. I'm trying to get to the bag. Plus 1100, another like quarter unit on that. That's crazy to me, in my opinion. And I know he's only had like 9 knockouts and all his wins.
Yeah.
But he definitely has pop.
Yep.
And it's just the guys he's fighting, obviously. And give me that all day against a chinny Wood for sure.
Yeah, so funny enough, we kind of talked a little bit pre-show here in the back. about what I was kind of looking at. And when I said I really didn't have a solid pick for either fighter, my pick is fight does not go the distance. So either guy to win by KO, basically, or DQ. DQ could happen. We know
Right?
that could
Yeah.
happen. So that's plus 170. And if I had a side, I actually was leaning toward Warrington as well, just because I thought kind of the same thing you were saying. I thought Lopez is a tough stylistic matchup, hard to fight him. And I watched Wood fight Laura. This guy was getting checked left and right. I'm just like, yeah, he's getting a little, kind of what we're saying, a little overhyped. I think Warrington's the better boxer overall when he wants to box, and I think on the inside, I think he's going to catch him hard. Coming in, I think they're gonna make it a fight. I don't think it's going to be a shitty, boxing match. I think it's going to be actually a good fight, and I think someone gets knocked out here. I don't mind the Warrington 7-12. I don't mind Wood 7-12. I think someone's going to get dropped. I think someone's going to get knocked out, and I'll take the plus 170. That's FanDuel right now. Fight doesn't go fight not to go the distance plus 170. I really do think someone gets knocked out in this fight. And if I had to pick a side, I would agree with you. I would take Warrington. Wood just didn't impress me too much. I think I had Conlon. I think that was the last. I don't want to say it's the big. Well, the big fight was Garcia Tank, but the more like 50-50 fight where we disagreed was Wood Conlon. I thought Conlon was going to get done, and then of course Conlon got stopped very late. But yeah, I like no distance here. I do.
Yeah, plus money too. I mean, and if you want, like, since you got no distance, so you're cheering for both.
Yeah.
That number, I mean, plus 1100, 1200. That shit's crazy. Like, to me, that line is insane. Like, I don't understand it.
Yeah, because Warrington did. Yeah, that's a close fight versus Lopez because he did catch him a bit, but Lopez was just winning the fight. I kind of shocking they didn't give the I'm not saying a robbery obviously, but
I was worried.
I feel like that fight was in England, and then you're gonna give it to the hometown guy, so to speak.
I literally said it on my tweet. Like I looked it up just to refresh my memory. I literally said it. I'm like, as long as they don't rob me in the scorecards, I'm good.
Yeah.
But that fight, honestly, I don't think they would have. They could have just because of the hometown cooking, but I think the best possible, outcome for him was a draw, which, I mean, somebody did say it was a draw, but yeah, it was close, man. I was surprised how he made that like a close fight at the end for sure.
Yeah, I guess Leigh Wood, you just get in, because I believe he was the underdog against Laura in the rematch, and then now the market's just overcorrecting itself to making him a minus 300 favorite.
I guess the guy that has body, issues when it comes to taking hits and missed weight was not ready for that fight for sure. Like, he missed weight by a couple, like 2-3 pounds.
Yeah, I'm looking at the odds. Yeah, Laura was a minus 300 favorite that fight. And then Wood won a decision, and Wood by decision was plus 400. So, yeah, I thought it was. I think this is going to be a really good fight. I know I believe it's still on. Is it Gilberto Ramirez?
Yeah, it's still on. I haven't seen anything that said they canceled or anything. It's just there's not a lot of odds and stuff out. I know Ramirez is the favorite.
I was going to say, I feel like that should be like a more talked about fight, but I've seen nothing. Literally nothing promoting that fight at all. Bro. And that's Ramirez is a big net. Like, I'm not saying he's a huge name, but I know he was undefeated for a while. Like, I don't know what happened to him.
Yeah. Well, he moved up now, and he's got to fight Smith after Smith got knocked out by better BF. But that fight I got digging more. Right now, I'm leaning Zordo Ramirez by decision. I don't know what that is. I know he was like I think he's like a minus 280 favorite or something like that. So
yeah, I mean, FanDuel's got minus 220 right now for Ramirez.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm definitely leaning that so far right now. That's a tough fight too. I don't think he can. If anybody knocks him out, I think it's Smith that knocks out Ramirez.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of how Yeah, Joe Smith would have to win that fight. But yeah, it's a very interesting fight. I feel like it should be talked about more. But Wood Warrington's definitely the bigger matchup.
Well,
Uh,
in the UK especially.
oh yeah,
Huge,
they're
huge
gonna
fight.
go ballistic for that. Do we still have Logan Paul, Dylan Dennis? Is that still happening, or is that gone by the
Is that?
wayside?
I
That's
heard
next
something.
week. If
Oh,
it
that's
happens,
next
it's
week.
next week.
I
Yeah.
heard. I didn't. I really don't do anything like looking it up or anything. But I heard that he's fighting Perry now. Or am
Oh,
I?
Mike Perry.
Yeah, Perry was the backup.
I
But
did see that.
I
Yeah.
could have swore maybe it was fake or something. I could have swore I saw something that Paul is fighting Perry now, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that could be the case, and I mean if that does happen, I would favor Mike Perry, depending on what the odds are, because I don't think Logan Paul's a good boxer at all. Yeah, I mean that should really do it. Anything else you want to add for the week, Danny?
That's pretty much it. I know there's like the Wednesday cards every other week they do on YouTube for Pro Box TV.
Okay.
There's some odds out there. I gotta do more digging for that one, and I think that's it. There's like Harper, the chick, she's fighting.
I did see that. Yeah.
A couple other fights here and there, but the main ones are what we talked about, like Zordo and obviously this one Warrington and Wood.
Yeah, I totally agree. And then, as Stephen Baldwin says, Danny Betts crushing the PUBSPORTS UFC contest. If you guys could, you should sign up right now. I don't even know what event this is. Vegas 80, 81?
I think it's 80.
Okay. Bobby Green's fighting, what's his face? Grant Dawson. That's our main event this week. So, not exactly a highlight main event, but it's UFC, and UFC's been off. They were off last week. They're back. 2 UFC Apex events. Join the PUBSPORTS contest. $100 to the winner. Get it PayPal, Cash App, whatever, and you'll get your $100. PubSportsRadio.com UFC contest. Guys should be live shortly, 5 minutes or so. Dana White Contender Series. Dan, you got any looks on that? I'll be honest, I didn't even look at the odds.
Honestly, I took this week off. I know this is the second last one. Got a lot of shit going on, but not really. Like some of these fights, that one big favorite, that's a setup fight. He's like minus 1,000. I would say round 1 or 2 KO. I forget his name. He's fighting the Hispanic dude that's just trashed. And then the one fight I was really interested in, it got canceled because the guy missed like by 6 pounds in weigh-ins.
Oh shit!
I was gonna bet Costa at like +1. I think +105. But besides that kind of killed it for me. I'm like, man. I was gonna play that one for like my biggest bet, and then that's it pretty much, and do like a crazy parlay. But that's it. Nothing. I skipped it honestly.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm right there with you. I don't even really look too much on the contender. Yeah, that should be it for us, guys. Make sure to tune in next week. There should be another fight besides the Paul Perry fight, and then of course we'll recap Wood Warrington. Finalized best bet for me, it's going to be no distance +170. I think one of these guys does get knocked out. I lean towards Warrington, but I would not be shocked if Leigh Wood gets him out of there either. Danny, your final best bet or thoughts on the fight?
Going with the underdog Warrington, maybe. I got my +225. Round 7 to 12 is +1100, +1200. Couple units, man. I like this. I like this bet for sure.
Yeah, it should be a good fight. I think it's going to be a very good fight. Fairly action-packed and well worth the watch. Midday Saturday, because it is in the UK. Yeah, that'll be it for us, guys. We'll see you next week. At the very least, recap this Wood Warrington fight. Maybe we break down Perry, Paul, or Dennis Paul, if it's still Dennis. We'll see you guys next week. This was the main event on Talkin Hands. Peace, guys.